This is Jeff O'Leary, and today I'm going to show you how I use the Fraser Institute in order to look up schools and find out their performance in order to help my buyers find homes for sale. And I'm going to show you how you can use the tool yourself in order to help you in your home search. So first off, just Google the Fraser Institute or Fraser Report on schools. The link will come right up on Google. It's searched a lot, and you're going to come to this main landing screen. Now, first off, you can do some research and find out more about Fraser and how they do it. But I'll just start off by saying that Fraser takes a number of factors in order to create a ranking of the schools. So it's not just students' marks, but it takes into account other factors. So keep that in mind. There is another resource to check, and I've created a video on it also, and it's called EQAO, and that's the standardized testing in Ontario, where you see that basically all the kids in a certain school's performance, and you're able to compare that against other schools and the school board averages. Okay, so having said that, let's go. So first off, Fraser does reports for other provinces. We're going to concentrate on Ontario here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a link for both elementary and secondary schools. They both work the same way, but just so if we need to refer to anything, we'll have both open. So number one, if we open up elementary schools, you can already see because there's cookies in my website, it defaults to Mississauga. So what I always do when I'm searching a city for schools, I just go to the city and I filter that way. So for instance, I'll pick another city just so I can show you what happens. If I go to Kingston, all of a sudden the page will load. And now it pulls up all the schools in Kingston, okay? So if this is your first time here, it probably won't default to the city you want, but I will pull up Mississauga now, and this is how I get it. Okay, so just give it a sec. There we go. Now, a couple things I want you to keep in mind. Number one is the 2000, the rating on the right of the city. So that's going to show you what they've ranked the school in the past year out of 10. Now, over farther is a rank in the most recent 5 years. Now, I don't know why nothing is showing up, but normally what they'll show you is they'll kind of average the last 5 years to give you more of a realistic view of how schools rank. And that's important because from year to year, there could just be some anomalies in the testing. And just like anybody who does a statistics course, you always throw out the best mark and the lowest mark, and you look for the averages. Let's check high schools. So here's a better example of high schools. In Mississauga right now, these are the top ranking high schools. So not only does it show you the rating from last year, but it shows you the rank in the most recent 5 years. And it also shows you the rank from this year. So it gives you an idea. For instance, if I look at Gonzaga, last year's rank, they ranked 35 out of 740 high schools in Ontario. But if you look over the course of 5 years, they actually rank better. So that just means last year, maybe the score was a little lower, but it will all even out. So really keep an eye on that 5 year rank because it's important and it gives you a more longer term view of how the school does. Now, going back to the grade schools, because I do want to point something out. A big part of a big part of Fraser's score is the EQAO scores. Now the challenge is EQAO is tested in grade 3 and in grade 6 for kids in grade school. And a lot of public schools, they may only go from junior kindergarten to grade 5 and then grade 6, 7, and 8 go to a middle school. If that's the case, there won't be two sets of EQAO scores for that school, and Fraser won't list it in this list. So when you're looking for a school, a public school, and you don't find it on Fraser, it doesn't mean it's a bad school. It could be a very good school. It just, Fraser doesn't have the data, so they don't rank it in the report. If that is the case, you need to go to the EQAO website and look up the school that way and see how the marks are doing. I've created a video on that and you can watch it. And I'll put it in the link below, and it's also on my page about top schools. So again, when we're looking at grade schools, same thing. Obviously, right now, they're not showing the rank in the most recent 5 years, but you can look at the overall rank compared to all the schools in Ontario. It gives you a good idea. If you click on a school itself, you're going to go to the actual schools page. Fraser is really good. They like color-coded ratings. So this is a green school. It means it's a good school. It'll give you some of the academic performance information and also just some general information on the school itself. Again, this is a good tool. It's not the only tool out there, but it's just a quick view. You know, if you're in a neighborhood and you're like, how's the school going? It's an excellent tool just to give you a bird's eye view. And then if you're really into this, you can do your own research and look at other resources also. Same with high school, works the same way. If I click on Gonzaga, same thing, gives me the green. Now, if you go to maybe a lesser performing school and click on it, Fraser's going to put it in the yellow. So people are trained to look for green schools. However, keep in mind that school scores do change from year to year and that the curriculum is the same all across Ontario. And but having said that, I mean, if this is important to you, I think this is a great tool. So there you have it. I'm Jeff O'Leary showing you how to look up school scores on the Fraser Institute. If you have any questions about real estate, always feel free to call or email me. And I also wanted to say that working with us, when we help buyers find homes, we have special programs where we can search for homes for you inside school districts so you're not looking at homes that don't appeal to you. Anyway, if that interests you, always feel free to call or email me. This is Jeff O'Leary, and have a great day.